Okay, hello everyone, this is Mr. Ronan here again, and today we've gotten the patch notes for the Strive update that's going to come out tomorrow. Well, tomorrow is in like, not too many hours away now, maybe like 5 hours. But we got the patch notes finally, and as he was my first main in Strive, Anji is the character that I'm always keen to see do well, so I'm always checking him out first whenever patch notes come out. And this one, yet again, obviously he's gotten some good stuff to try and bring him back up to the rest of the cast. It's not a ton, but it's mainly changes to his reward off of like pokes and gatlings instead of specific things. Like last time he got kind of changes to his Oki with Shitsu and like some better mix-up stuff. So the main changes, well, the main change is going to be the situation wherever he gets a standing heavy slash, because now the standing heavy slash will make the opponent bounce. So in a situation like if I've just done a gatling, pretend that was the end, you'll get a bounced jump heavy slash like it was airborne. And then they say in the thing, I'll have it on the screen, but it says after you, like it bounces the opponent on grounded hit, making it possible to combo from Fujin into Rin, and then go into Okizeme off of Isokutobi. And if I'm correct, Isokutobi is the hop. And I don't see how that will help you go in for, I don't see how that will help you go for Oki with Isokutobi unless there's some hidden buffs in here, because the only buffs that are listed is just, a slight 6p buff. The standing heavy slash now makes the opponent bounce and it doesn't blow them back as far away. The Fujin doesn't blow back the opponent as far away, and Nagiha has a better knockdown. But in that sequence they say first where it's possible to combo from Fujin into Rin and then go into Okizeme off of Isokutobi. So I have no idea how that is going to work, because if the opponent is, if I just get a, it's going to be annoying, but I'm going to make him jump, just so I have an airborne Kai. So if they're saying you end your combo in Rin, you do get like a little bit of possible Oki, like you can run in and go for a bar slash. If you time it correctly, I suppose. So that's possible, but I don't understand how they think with these changes you're going to go for this and that's going to be helpful for Oki. I imagine that's what they mean. Or do they just mean you go, like they accidentally mean like don't actually go for the Rin, but just go for this and then you get good Oki? That makes sense, but not as well as the Rin, and it seems like they're talking about going after Rin. So maybe there's some hidden buffs. If he could go from his Rin and then like do a bounce afterwards, so it's like, and then into a hop, and you can just cancel them all into each other, that would be really, really ridiculous. But I doubt that's what they mean, and I feel like they would definitely have mentioned that in the notes if that's what they did mean. Because just at the moment, there's just no way that Rin it goes into Isokutobi Oki in any way whatsoever. I'm also keen to see what the bounce actually looks like for Heavy Slash, bouncing the opponent into the air, because as you can see, I imagine it's probably going to be like a low bounce, so like if I get him really low to the ground, you can't get a fully charged Fujin. I doubt they would let you just go like 2S, 5H into a fully charged Fujin combo, because as you may be aware, if the opponent's airborne and you get a fully charged Fujin, you can get some nice like combo situations, I think. So that is really good. Judging by how they treat Anji, I don't think they would give him something that amazing, so I imagine it's going to be like a really low juggle where you can't really get that. You can still get like a regular Fujin into hop, which, I'm intrigued to see how this will play out, because it may make some of his combo structure a little bit worse, because then you can't get the regular combos of like grounded combo into Rin, because usually you just go blah blah blah, da da, Nagiha, and then you've got that long grounded combo and then the opponent's airborne. But if they get airborne as soon as you do the heavy slash, if you want to go for any RCs in your combo, like the opponent's kind of airborne and like there's not too much, unless you go for obviously your these loops. But we'll have to wait and see. So the only thing is, how high will the jump heavy slash actually bounce the opponent? Because if it does bounce them high enough to get a fully charged Fujin, that would be hella crazy. I would love that, but I am skeptical that they would allow that. But even just with the low one, it's potentially really good, or just like a situationally good thing. It's where we can maybe Whoops. Also, I wonder if it'll bounce enough, because even with like the really low bounce, you can go into Coal, so I wonder if it'll let... I'm just really curious as to how this bounce is going to look. Is it just let you go for Fujin? And also, if you get the bounce, because sometimes like this, ooh, if it doesn't combo, can be kind of good Oki, especially if it says it doesn't push the opponent as far away. So say if we were doing this with Kai, and we were a little closer to the corner. Get to the corner. Oh my god. And he didn't roll so far away. That is kind of good Oki. If it doesn't combo. But that could be a kind of good way of just going into Shitsu, like off of a non-hard knockdown, since he kind of lost his hard knockdowns. The biggest thing for Anji is just how the hell will this bounce look? Will he get a fully charged Fujin? Will he be able to go into Coal? Will he be able to go into Shitsu? All of these things are going to matter a lot and will change a lot of things. But even if it's just a small bounce, like they said, you'll be able to go into Rin, and at least that's a more damaging combo ender than you would have had if you just go into Nagiha at the moment. And they seem to say that you'll get good Okizeme off of it, even though I'm not entirely sure what exactly they mean, because Rin Okizeme, like sure, I guess you can, but it's not like a thing that you intentionally go for Oki. Speaking of Oki though, the other big change, possibly big change, you know, it all just depends on how much they tweak things, is the Nagiha knockdown has been altered. So they say it puts the opponent higher in the air, it launches them higher, and decreases the horizontal blowback. So Nagiha, you know, the opponent doesn't go very high in the when they get hit by it, they kind of just get their legs swept out from underneath them. So maybe it'll pop them up a little higher, kind of, maybe not to the level that Rin used to. Rin doesn't knock at all anymore, but maybe it'll be a bit more of a, this kind of thing, like knock them in the air. I doubt you'll be able, very, very much doubt you'll be able to get a combo off of it, because that would be too crazy. If you could, like, sneak in a 2K from the slightly higher launch, that would be gorgeous, especially if we're combining that, the fact that you can go from that into 2K, and also we're getting, if you're able to get, like, charged Fujin loops off of your 5H, that would be really, really cool. That would be a ton of combo potential, but I doubt that. I think it's just going to launch them slightly higher, and like they said, it won't push them as far away. So instead of being like, after you get a 2S, being like this distance, oops, which is kind of too far for him to go for anything. A lot of the time I end up just being crazy and going in for an extra Fujin, and he can't get anything meaty at all. So hopefully after the knockdown, I don't imagine it'll be too nice, unfortunately, but it'll probably be like around here or something, so he can maybe like dash in and get a close slash or a 2S, kind of like Sin can at the moment after his beat driver stuff. He doesn't get like amazing Oki, but he can dash up and get buttons, and the opponent can't just jump out for free. So hopefully that's what that means, because at the moment it's not much after Nagiha. You have to dash in and like just pray that they don't do something. And the other changes, just Fujin doesn't knock the opponent as far back. I imagine that is on aerial hit, since he's going to be getting a lot more aerial hits with his heavy slash. And just as you can see, if Kai's jumping again, sort of do this to your eyes, but it does kind of launch him far away if you have him like not right in front of you, so that in situations like that, Rin doesn't hit. Especially if I don't do the charged one, you get blasted fully full screen. So maybe if they're trying to give you better Oki with an airborne Fujin, it won't last you so far away, and maybe something like this, oops, will actually leave you like right in front of the opponent, which could be pretty cool. Go for some charged dusts or whatever on Wake Up just to be sneaky. I don't actually remember what his dust combo is. But yeah, that's Anji. A lot fewer changes than people would have liked, obviously, but I think they are kind of nice and thick enough changes, possibly, that it could have a really, really good impact on his gameplay, giving him high reward off of the buttons, because now he does kind of frequently get 2S's and stuff, now that 2S is kind of a good button, so that going into an airborne 5H, or a pop-up 5H, and depending on the pop-up, that could be really, really good reward, and apparently good Oki. And there'll be better Oki overall, just purely based on the Nagiha buff alone. So hopefully this is it for... hopefully this is the stint that Anji needs. and it just makes his basic game that he's already playing just a bit better and a bit more kind of like Ram and Nagu. They get so much reward off of all the things that they try to do, but Anji often he like gets a few things, but he needs like the right kind of hit with the right amount of meter to really do some juicy stuff, or he just needs to get a parry. But hopefully now his game plan is a lot less up and down, and he gets like decent stuff throughout his gameplay. And yeah, we won't have to wait too long to see how much of that actually ends up being true. So I'll see you there. Thanks so much for watching, and see you soon. Bye.